you guys look forward to this just as much as we do. Incredibly popular segment every Tuesday. Former great New York cop, the greatest. And, of course, our relative Uncle Bo Dietl. Bo, good Tuesday morning, buddy. How are you?
All I can say is I'm so happy you're my friend. We'll get into that Fox thing. All I can say is wow, wow, wow. And you know what, Fox News? I was a contributor for 12 years. I told the truth there. For some reason, you don't have me on there. You won't put me in the New York Post. It's because I stuck up for the one who started Fox News. Great guy, Roger Ailes. I got knocked off. Your friend, the lawyer, got knocked off. Everybody got knocked off. You should suck it up, Fox News. What you said the other morning was the truth and the facts. Let's wish a happy birthday to Heshy Algenbaum. You said he's 40. He looks like he's 60.
No, I think he's probably 65. I don't know. He's not 40.
You call him 40. Okay, let's start with the BS DSA. I got a lot of stuff here. This is not DSA. What it's all about is they can't call their party communist. There was a 1954 congressional law, no communist officials could be elected in America. So they come up with this new DSA. It's not DSA, it's communism. And let's look at what communism is. Just look at what's going on in Cuba. No electricity, no food. Venezuela, one of the richest countries, is destroyed. And all I know is one thing. The communist government, what Mandami is a communist. And he's starting out slow. But here's what they want. They don't want the police. They don't want jails. They don't want borders. They want to get away with the United States Senate. Do away with that. Do away with the presidency. Tax the balls off successful people like we see what's going on. Communism equals control of the people, and we must defeat all of them. And you know what? All my Democratic friends I know listen to you. Listen, you've got to band together. You are not communists. You are not DSA people. You are Americans, and you've got to fight for your children and your grandchildren, and we got to stand for. Here's a little something, okay? Mandami, he's just not a Muslim. You know what? 99.9% of Americans don't understand what he really is. He follows a radical sect of Islam called Twelva Shiva Islam, whatever the hell it is, Shia, whatever the hell it is. It's the exact same religion of Iranian clerics and Ayatollahs. The same people who think it's acceptable to massacre tens of thousands of their people, their own people. Why don't you think he hosts dinners for terrorists in the Gracie Mansion? He puts dinners together with these people who hate our country. Why do you think he wishes Jews happy holidays the day after he wages a war in speeches against the Jews and against Israel? He's a well-trained actor. This scumbag, he ain't a good comedian. All he is, he's a master of stabbing you in the back. He's become the real communist. Let's bring him down. Let's stop this scumbag. From retired inspector, my friend, Robert, inspector from New York City Police Department, he says, you know what? He was sitting in over there, Rikers Island, with all the inmates, with killers and everything. Maybe next he'll sit with this guy, William Ferreira, who shot that 12-year-old kid when the Yankees make the World Series. He'll be sitting there. And what happened to the BS violence all these guys that were supposed to stop violence? We spent $100 million on these criminals. Half of them are criminals wanted, and not one of them are doing anything. And why don't he use them to protect them? And the New York City Police Department should refuse to protect this scumbag. And now, it just gets me really pissed. Today's New York Post, look at it. He puts a list of rich people to be taxed on his PhD.
1 second on this. So it made me a little happy because a lot of the people on that list, people like that repulsive actress Cynthia Nixon, people like Anna Wintour, a lot of these people happen to be his supporters. So it didn't bother me all that much because now he's sticking it right up his own supporters' asses.
The only problem is, I'm in the security business. This is a kidnapper's dream.
I know.
This is a terrorist dream.
I know.
This is a floor plan who to go after for extortion and kidnapping and left-wing violence. Don't you get it? This moron doesn't even realize what he did. There should be major lawsuits going around. This is proprietary information. And he puts him on a list. I tell you what, you scumbag. I'm putting you on my list. Okay. All of a sudden.
It's very similar, Bo. I think you'd agree. This list is very similar to this lowlife doing a commercial right outside of Ken Griffin's residence. You can't do that.
And there is something percolating. All I can say, America first. And there's something percolating behind the scenes. I ain't telling you yet. But we're coming. We're coming, Mondami, and you're going to be out of here. Now he wants to spend $70 million on grocery stores. You have no experience. You're running the city into the ground. You've got a gang of fool idiots around you, and with the exception of our police commissioner, all the other ones, the head of the Board of Education is under indictment for stealing money with no big contract. You don't know what the hell you're doing. Now, as far as with my friend Sid Rosenberg, you brought the house down. And all I can tell you is right now is what you said. I kept watching it over and over and over.
I love you.
And again, this guy let it out there. When scumbags are stabbing people, screaming, Allah Akbar. My own daughter, Jacqueline, was in a taxi cab, and all the guy kept saying 5 times, she was scared crap. Allah Akbar.
What?
Allah Akbar.
Whoa, hold on a second. I know Jacqueline very well. I love her.
Yes.
She's a beautiful girl.
Yes.
She was in a taxi cab just sitting in the back seat. Why was he screaming Allah Akbar?
That's all he kept doing.
Oh, my God.
Obviously, it was to terrorize
Oh,
and
my
to
God.
upset people. Well, this is going on, and all the people think that this is not happening. And all of a sudden now, he's the one. He urged protesters now all of a sudden to hit the streets when Netanyahu comes here. People don't understand. There are violations of the Federal Anti-Riot Act, USC 22101, for organizing, promoting, and encouraging participating conditions to start a riot. Also, UN Headquarters Agreement, USC 287 agreement that requires the United States to permit representative UN members to travel to the UN headquarters for official business in safety. This scumbag is against all the federal policies. Now, here we go. Where is Kathy Snaggletooth Hochul? She said Mayor Mondami had no legal authority to arrest Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Duh! You're only the freaking governor. You don't have a clue. All you do is rubber stamp everything. And you know what? We got to take her out. And you know what? Mondami is against Catholics, Jews, Italians, Puerto Ricans, blacks. All he's supportive of Muslims. And we got to get Snookle Hochul out. And here's another one. This is really, and part of Hochul's thing is, if you remember, the city and state with these friggin' sanctuary laws, what is the problem of getting someone who's an illegal in this country, who commits a violent crime, and turning him over to ICE? Where is the problem there, Hochul? What is your problem? All you did that for was to placate that Mondami idiot, because he said, you have to do this. You're so scared of Blakeman, because Blakeman's going to kick your butt. People, you've got to listen. We've got to get on top of it. Even his endorsers, these people, controller scumbag Mark Levin, Congressman McAllister, Jerry Nadler, Attorney General Alicia James, Borough President Brad Holman, douchebag, Councilwoman Gail Brewer, and Public Shake and Bake Jamani Williams. These elected officials said that we should bring down the heat. How about shutting your mouth and come against the guy? All right? Bring down the heat. I'll put you in the fire. That's the... All right, now, here's a big one. CARE, the Council of American Islamic Relations. That's a U.S.-based Muslim civil rights advocacy organization. All it is a supporter of violence against Americans. That was a Holy Land Foundation. But all of a sudden, our Attorney General has no action against them. They had fundraisers. They gave $100 million to Mondami's campaign when they're not even a legal authority. Why aren't you investigating?
Well, they are. I mean, I had the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, on the show last year, and I begged him to designate both CARE and the Muslim Brotherhood as terrorist organizations. You know this, Bo. CARE has now sent about 10 letters. I'm not exaggerating. 10 to John Catsimatidis urging him to fire me.
Well, listen, all I know is Letitia James there, big butt there. All of a sudden, she went after Trump. She went after Trump on every little thing. Why aren't you going against CARE? It's not a legitimate group, and they let them put $100 million. Where is your investigation? And here goes a little better. $13 billion, no bid contracts. This new the head of the Department of Education, school chancellor, Samuels. And now everyone's going through, I think it's $40 million a year. They're using $40 million a year. Wait a second, what's this number? The number is $13 billion in no bid contract. I want to get my statistics right, because when I yell and rant, I got stuff here. I got a lot of stuff. And now on top of it, we had another gang shooting of the innocent little boy up there, 12-year-old. Here we go. They put him in, and they let him out. No bail. And now all of a sudden, hey, John Catsimatidis, my friend, they're going to shut down my stores. What am I going to do with my D'Agostino stores? They're going to close you down. They want communist grocery stores. They don't know how to run a city. Now they want to try to run grocery stores. And you know what? Hey, there's a red light flashing, people, and that's the muni bonds. You know what they are? They're the city bonds. They're falling faster than Conchita Rivera. That's all. They're getting down on their knees, and everyone's leaving New York City. Soon we're going to be bankrupt. I went through this in the 1970s when that little midget mayor was here. Remember, what was his name, that little midget? The little midget.
David Bloomberg?
The midget.
It wasn't Koch. A-Beam. Who am I looking for here?
A-Beam, yeah, the midget. A-Beam, the little guy. Hey, the plane. The guy was 4 foot tall. And all of a sudden, we went bankrupt there. And then your boy, Joseph Hernandez, good jailbird controller, he's talking about the money being made by these casinos. One casino generated $317 million in gambling revenue in just 11 weeks, sending an estimated $178 million into gaming taxes to Albany. Casino license fees, $1.5 billion, with resorts alone paid $600 million. Despite the billions in funding, the MTA and Department of Education are facing because they have cost overruns. They don't know how to run anything. This old jerk, what was this guy's name? The head of the MTA, that stupid name. What's that?
John O'Lieber.
Lick this, Lieber. All I can say is right now, you don't know how to run anything. You've got such big budget. Everything's overrun. When you have these cost projects that are $30 billion, it goes up to $80 billion because you are a fool. You should be recalled back along with Mayor Mondami, and let's get a businessman running this city so we can turn it back the way New York used to be, beautiful. So when Christmas and Hanukkah come, we can walk through the streets and see the beautiful decorations and look at the snowfall without puke on the sidewalk, without the homeless, without the graffiti. I want my New York back. We got to get rid of every DSA candidate. Do you understand? This is what it's all about. It ain't DSA. It's communism, and we have to fight for America.
That is perfect. There it is again, ladies and gentlemen. That's why this segment is so popular. The former great cop, Uncle Bo Dietl. He's telling you the truth there, folks, okay? Yeah, he's a communist. That's it. He's a communist. All those things he talked about, all that money being spent in wrong places. He's right about all of it. All of Bo's statistics, 100% right. All of it. And this is a lot more dangerous than just Mamdani hating on the Jews. I know the anti-Semites, enough already with the Jews. It's a lot worse than that. That's just one part of what this guy is doing to this city. That is an excellent segment and obviously very passionate by my Uncle Bo Dietl. Bo, I love you.
Thanks for listening to Sid and Friends in the Morning. You can hear Sid and Friends in the Morning weekday mornings at 6. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?